Hey, welcome to the February update of Project Mono. So I'm thinking that this devlog series is gonna be more informal of like me having a conversation with you. Compared to the first episode, which was more scripted. So I had like a script, I was reading off it. So I don't know. I think it's better if I just talk to the camera, like like I'm talking to a person. So yeah, and this is the February update. I think what's gonna happen for the rest of the series is gonna be every month I'm gonna do an update video for the previous month, and then I'm gonna talk about my plans for this month when the video is going to be released. So I'm talking about what happened last January and what I'm gonna be doing this Feb. So for January, after the planning and the game design document that I was making, I was finally able to start on the project, like actually do dev work. And with starting the dev phase, you're always going to need to prototype. I think it's important to prototype your game before you full on do dev on it, because it helps you understand like how your design phase, everything that you planned translates into a game. So you're able to see your key mechanics and how it's supposed to play out in your game, and if it works well or if there's something in your design that might not translate well when you're making the game. Standard for prototype, just use simple objects, like just use circles or squares to use for your like your players, your enemies, your stage. And in the case of Project Mono, the things that I had to prototype right away, things I had to test were movement, dashing, wall jumping, basically the movement of the player and how it feels, because that's what's important to a platformer. Your player movement is one of the most important things that will give you the proper feel of a platforming game. So yeah, that's what happened for first half of January. I was just testing out if the movement was right, if it feels right. Like when I'm jumping, does it feel right? Am I jumping too high? Am I jumping too low? When I dash, am I covering the right amount of distance? Is it too fast or too slow? Like things like that, minor things like when you all jump, how high should your jump be and how far. And other than prototyping, the other thing I did, I started on was doing the level design. I did the design for the first chapter. So what happened at this beginning was I used Photoshop and made like simple art for the level, because for this game I'm expecting to have complex platforms or surfaces, so it's not like a flat ground. You're gonna have like bumps, like like it's natural for a rock to be bumpy. So yeah, I'm making this game like Ori because the surfaces of that game aren't flat, like you're jumping on branches on big rocks, and those surfaces aren't flat. You're always running on like bumpy surfaces, bumpy branches or rocks. Yeah, so it's something that I had to do. That's why I tested out with Photoshop first. So it's not like most platformers wherein you have like flat surfaces. Because if you look at Mega Man, Cuphead, Celeste, those are all like flat, like rectangular shaped platforms. But that whole process was, I think it was too tedious because it took me more than a week just to prototype a level, which is it's not really that long, which is why I was expecting that 1 week should be probably like enough time to work on one level, at least make a prototype of it and then test it out in the game. But it took too long. I think it was too tedious. That's why I started making tile maps. I just used like black bars for the surface, and then I used a different colored one for my player just to see how it compares to the surface. And yeah, it's just I ended up doing that for the rest of the first chapter for when I was prototyping the levels. And that proved to be much easier, much simpler. It took not as much time as the first stage took. With that being said, I was able to make 4 different stages for the month of January. And I'm pretty satisfied with that. And then the design later on will change because all of the sprites I'm using, it's all temporary. It's all gonna change when we get an artist, which I'm hoping we get very soon. January was full on productive mode for me. I just kept on working on it day in day out, 5 times a week, every day except for the weekends, because the weekends are for me to rest. And yeah, I'm hoping I keep that going for the rest of the development of the game. I hope to keep this train going. I'm very hyped for it because I finally got to start on the game after like planning it for so long. It just felt nice to finally start on it. And I hope I get to keep this going, stay hyped for the game, because I know it's difficult to work on a game for a very long time. You always see these stories of people have who've worked on the game for almost a year, and it's burnt them out so much. Even if I get there, I hope I am able to push through. With all of those, the video is about to end. So I just want to say it's just a small plug. I will be posting updates on the game like regularly, hopefully like at least once or twice a week on my Twitter. So if you want to find out more about the game or you want to see it as it happens, rather than always waiting every month for a video, you can follow me there. It's at ph_faust. That's my Twitter handle, and if you want to, you can follow me. If you don't want to, it's fine. I don't really mind. It doesn't matter for me. It's just if you want to find out more, you can just go there. So for my plans for this month is making the enemies. At least start making the enemies because I wasn't able to make any of the enemies in January last month. So this month I'll do most of the, or hopefully all of the enemies for the first chapter at the very least, and then test all of them out, see if they work well, if they work properly, and what my plans, how it translates to code. And I hope it works out really well. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that, you can follow the series on this channel. Just subscribe or just follow the playlist. I made a playlist for this channel and I'll update it every time I upload the video. And yeah, once again, if you maybe want to follow me, you can do so on Twitter at ph_faust. I'll post it somewhere in the video or on the link. I will see you on March. Thanks. Peace.